when we have too much clutter in our lives, we can become stressed, overwhelmed, even stagnant. But clutter isn't just about the things we have. It also is about the way we live. Here with tips on how to live a more simple, balanced life is Diane Lang. Diane is the author of Creating Balance and Finding Happiness. Diane, welcome back to Connecticut Style.
Thank you for having me.
First, let's talk about the different types of clutter people have in their lives.
Okay, you usually hear about clutter that you have in your house, too much clutter in your office, your home space, but I actually am dealing with more the mental or the emotional clutter, which can also cause more clutter in your house. So whatever you're feeling in your mind is really how everything else looks around you. So just thinking about emotional, mental clutter, which is like, when you try to go to sleep at night and you have all that clutter in your mind and you can't go to sleep.
To-do lists and just the never-ending
I should have done this,
chores.
I could have done that, what will I do tomorrow, how will I get this done? That's all the clutter that we want to help smooth out.
Well, how do you do that? Let's start with simplifying your life. You say that's the way to start. And you say, number one, make sure to have at least one day each week, a day of simplicity.
Yes, and you can do it however you want, but what I've been having a lot of my clients do, and even myself, like on Sunday, which was Mother's Day, I didn't wear my watch all day. I didn't want any pressure of time, feeling rushed, feeling overwhelmed. Some people will make it a technology-free day, so they won't use their iPads, they won't use their cell phones, which sounds scary today.
To do. Even the watch is hard.
It was hard, but it's very freeing. And when you make your life more simple and you do maybe one task at a time, you're living more mindfully, which means you're more relaxed and you can focus on what you're doing instead of feeling overwhelmed.
Okay, and you say use the past as a learning experience, live in the present.
Yes, your past is good because you learn from it. Make it a teachable, learnable moment, but don't hold on to it. If you hold on to the past, you live there. I don't want you to forget it, because if you forget it, you're going to repeat those mistakes. But use it as a learning tool to live the best life that you can today, because that's all we have is right now.
That's true. And Diane, you say that gratitude is crucial.
Gratitude is such a way to kind of retrain the brain and remove all that clutter, especially before you go to bed, because that's when you get all that clutter. And whatever you're thinking about 20 minutes, 30 minutes before you go to bed is how you sleep. So if you're having a stressful night's sleep, insomnia, nightmares, it's because whatever you thought about all day, and especially right before you went to bed. So if you can do gratitude right before you go to sleep, and just sit down for a few minutes in bed, kind of in a meditative pose, and think, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful that I got here, to Connecticut Style. I'm grateful for the sun is out. It's a beautiful day. Whatever it is, that'll really declutter your mind, and it's a form of meditation, so it'll help you sleep.
It's almost relaxing in a way, right?
It's very relaxing, and you could just do it in your thought process with the lights out. You've said goodnight to everybody, and most people have told me they actually fall asleep during it, so it actually helps you sleep.
All right, next you say emotional detox. Get rid of all the toxic people in your life.
Yes.
Is that feasible?
It is, for a certain extent. So you have to ask yourself, who is toxic in my life? And if you can break up with them, and that does include even some friends and family, if you can break up with them, then you should. If you can break up with them and you haven't, then you have to ask yourself, what need of mine is it fitting? Why am I keeping somebody so toxic in my life?
Sure.
If you can't get rid of them, it could be coworkers, it could be family, then you have to set up some boundaries and limitations so you can still have a healthy life. Like I have some clients who would say, I don't want to break up with my family, but I can only see them bits and pieces. So it might just be holidays, it might be at bigger parties where it's not more one-on-one. So seeing what you can handle. I actually had a client the other day say, you know what's perfect? I've decided that I can only see my friend about once a season. That gives me a good way to see her catch up, but if I see her too often, I get dragged into all the drama.
Small increments, right?
Right, so whatever you can handle, set up those boundaries and limitations.
That's a great thought. All right, you say remove old habits and thought patterns.
Yes, just think of it this way. Whatever you think becomes what you feel. If you think it, you feel it, you believe it, it becomes who you are. So whether your thoughts are negative or positive, it becomes who you are. Your thoughts produce your actions. So you really want to think about, how am I thinking? What am I thinking? Ask yourself those questions throughout the day. Or I have my clients wear a rubber band, and every time they're having a negative thought or a negative comment, they have to snap. And by the end of the day, their wrist hurt. Yes, their wrist hurt, but they realize how negative you are, because you never just have one negative thought. It's always a domino effect. So really want to change those thoughts. And yes, it's possible to do it, believe it or not.
I was going back to the cliche, can you teach an old dog new tricks?
Yes, you can. To change a habit, break a habit, any of that takes a few months and a lot of work, but you can. The first, real key factor is awareness, which is why I say wear that rubber band, snap it, and once you become aware, then you can make the changes that you need to change.
All right, you mentioned that it's important to stop and enjoy the small pleasures.
Yes, I hate to sound like a cliche, but stop and smell the flowers.
Sure.
But really just enjoy the simple things. And again, if you are simplifying your life and you're living more in the moment and you're doing one task at a time, you'll enjoy it. You'll get more flow. So if you do activities you love, like I love to write, I get so in the moment I forget what else is going on. That's enjoying the moment. So enjoy everything, even if it's cooking dinner, you know, whatever it is.
Now, probably, Diane, you want to take baby steps with this. If you're literally trying to
Yes.
declutter, like clean
Yes.
up a little bit,
Right.
a little bit at a time, obviously.
Yes, if you're trying to declutter your house or your home office or your work, you really want to do one step at a time. And one thing to do is really add some natural light to your office or your home space, because it brings in a lot of light, and light calms us, it relaxes us, it refreshes us, and the more natural light you can get in, the better. If not, you know, just having lights all around, open those windows and start cleaning off one thing at a time, so this way you could be more productive. If not, you procrastinate.
That's true. Diane, you have some upcoming workshops.
Yes, I'll be at the Oakville Senior Center this Friday and every month for about the next 8 months. And then on June 6th, I'll be at the New Canaan Unemployment Group doing a whole workshop on unemployment stress.
Very good information, Diane. The name of the book is Creating Balance and Finding Happiness. Available just about everywhere.
Everywhere.
Very good. All right. Up next, we'll give you a preview to Share Our Strengths taste of the nation New Haven when Style returns. Stick around.